evening. Welcome to tonight's edition of Balls and All. This evening we'll be focusing on the NBL in Australia and its past, present and future. To cover this story, we sent Callum Solly to have an in-depth look at the NBL in Australia. Let's watch.
Up against Abercrombie. 10 on the shot clock now. It's about 5-second differential. Here's Beale. He's hurt. He's falling over. They've got to go to Ennis. 2 on the shot clock. From a long way out. James Ennis.
We have here a few highlights of the main man James Ennis, Perth Wildcats MVP and Finals MVP of last season. He, for the Wildcats, was the go-to man. He brought in crowds with his amazing dunks and electrifying plays. It's not always been like this. If we throw back to time, we've discovered that NBL teams have to struggle their way through to find success. So let's take a look at this. It was 1979 when the New South Wales basketball president, John Ratchke, sat with 10 interested parties in an unused aircraft hangar in Sydney Airport to discuss the formation of a national competition that would help the development of the sport throughout Australia. This was the start of the National Basketball League, or NBL. The 9 clubs that started in the first NBL campaign were the Wollongong Hawks, the St Kilda Saints, the Nundawing Spectres, the West Adelaide Bearcats, the City of Sydney Astronauts, the Newcastle Falcons, the Canberra Cannons, the Bankstown Bruins, and the Glenelg Tigers. Since the starting of this team, only the Wollongong Hawks have been the only foundation team to stay in the NBL. The 8 other founding clubs have either all had to rebranch, refranchise, or completely drop out of the competition altogether through either lack of support, lack of funding, or mainly lack of results. Of the teams to hand in back to NBL licences, there have been many that have come and gone. These include the Bankstown Bruins, the Brisbane Bullets, the Canberra Cannons, the City of Sydney Astronauts, the Carlburg Giants, the Devonport Warriors, the Eastside Spectres, the Fortsville Eagles, the Frankston Bears, the Geelong Cats, the Glenelg Tigers, the Gold Coast Rollers, the Gold Coast Blaze, the Hobart Devils, the Hunter Pirates, the Launceston Casino City, the Newcastle Falcons, the North Melbourne Giants, the Nundawing Spectres, the Singapore Slingers, the South Dragons, the South East Melbourne Magic, the South Melbourne Saints, the St Kilda Saints, the Sydney Supersonics, the Victoria Giants, the Victoria Titans, the West Adelaide Bearcats, the West Sydney Razorbacks, the West Sydney West Stars, the West Torrens Eagles, and the West Side Saints. Oh wow, well there's some teams. 32 to be exact if you're playing at home. Now you'll be wondering, where'd all these teams go? The NBL's had such a big hit throughout the 1980s and 90s, one wonders what could have gone wrong. They were going on such a high wave of success. Well, I went around and brought some certain players, coaches, and fans of the game into the studio and asked them what went wrong for the NBL in Australia. And well, let's just find out what happened. To find out more about this, I asked the current NBL superstar and largest centre, Gary Length, about the dramatic ups and downs of the NBL, the current situation, and how the NBL can revive its widespread sport. Gary?
Yeah, thanks, mate. See, I just don't know what it is these days. I mean, I assume a lot of the Australian players here, they don't want to play here because they're chasing all the money overseas in America and Europe and all these big places where you can really get bang for your buck for all your hard work. I mean, maybe if the Australian crowd came in, they could raise the salary and keep some of this local talent. But right now, nobody wants to play in the NBA because better competition, everything else is overseas. Apparently, from where it is now, I think it's on the up, considering the big fall it had through the late 1990s. There, we had a lot of clubs dropping out. I think that's really important to get clubs in the main areas. Like, got no club in Brisbane right now, and Canberra's another team, and I think we really need to start branching out more often to start getting more of Australia intrigued and involved, because there's a lot of high participation rates of basketball. It's just about trying to keep these players going through and get these people through the gates in the stadiums. I think that's where the real money lies, mate.
To grasp a real understanding of the NBL, I need to interview a fan. You can look no further than Randall Richards Jr. He's been following the NBL since it's first begun. He had some big choice words on what he's thought of the current NBL situation and where it's heading.
Thank
Randall?
you. Well, I mean, I've been following the NBL since it began. I mean, oh boy. There's been some wholesale changes around here. I mean, for one, all these teams keep coming and going. I mean, I don't know who to support anymore. I mean, I just love my NBL altogether. But, I mean, if we had a local team, I mean, I would bring the family along. But right now, the wife and kids, they're not interested. I mean, who are they going to support? Nobody knows the players. It's unbelievable. I still love it. I mean, it's great. It's great quality basketball. These are the best players in Australia, but it's just, I don't know what's going wrong with them. I mean, it's competing against all these other codes now, so they've shifted it into the summer season. They put it on prime time. I mean, I can't afford the Fox. I can't afford the Foxtel, so I can't afford, to pay for the subscriptions to watch it online. I know they do that. I mean, that's great initiative by them, but, only 2 games a week or something they show it on free-to-air on, nights which I'm not available. I mean, it's making it real hard for me to support it, to really latch on and watch this great league. I mean, sure, they need a bit more money, I guess, to, be able to show it, more coverage of it, and, more public interest, so the free-to-air TVs will pick it up and show it. But, I mean, until then, I guess, the everyday battler like myself just has to struggle along. It's just not good enough sometimes. I mean, I don't know, man.
Next, I talked to Hall of Fame player, come successful coach Spencer Rich, on where he thinks the dramatic ups and downs of the NBL were, what the current situation of the NBL was, and what the NBL should do to try to revive the widespread support for the top competition in Australia.
Yeah, cheers, mate. See, I can't fathom it. I mean, back when I was playing the days, we used to have all these imports come in, everyone was coming to watch them, AC and, the boys, Shooter, Gavo, all the boys were coming in well. I mean, maybe it's ticket prices. I mean, what is it? $15 today to go watch your team. I mean, that's reasonable. I mean, $66 bring your whole family down. Come watch the team play. Don't give this to no losers. Nah, they don't. Just come down. And it's good fun. Good. Sorry, I'll stop swearing. But I mean, it's just not. In putting it onto the internet, that's good. Good call by good. That's all good call by the club there, by the NBL. I mean, we're happy to play prime time because we're the best. I mean, I think we're in the right direction as well, the team, and also the NBL. I mean, you're getting a lot of people coming in. There's talks of, expanding further on. It's just about getting more memberships coming in. You need that support. As for the salary cap, we've got $1 million a team. We can do that. We've got 2 imports. We've got 2 imports, in case you don't know that one. We've got 2 American blokes come in. They just shoot it up everywhere. I mean, they pretty much win the team for us. We keep it under $1 million. That's what we do. We've got sponsorships, always dandy, and you want to see the league flourish. I mean, it's Australian sport. You don't want to see them go under or anything like that. So, I mean, I think it really requires support from the public and maybe the state governments when they need, venues to hire out and, arenas to play in, and also the kids, they need to, be involved. So maybe give out, free seats to, some schools, and then if they like what they see, they'll come down next week or after, Always great initiative, I think, by the NBL. Yeah, let's just hope we can continue with the good work.
Thanks for everyone for their input in the NBL's past, present and future. Just to give a brief summary here, the NBL have recorded an increase in the 13-14 season in terms of attendance, with 5,132 people on average attending every NBL game. This is a great success. As in the past, the NBL venues have not been big enough to hold more people. So because of this, the NBL have created the Perth Hisense Arena, which can hold 15,000 people. This is the NBL record, and is the largest ground for the league. Because of the Australian support, the NBL have branched out and decided that a new Brisbane team will start the competition on the 15-16 season. 1HD will still broadcast at least 2 games a week to free-to-air, and for other people want to watch more games, but NBL has set up their live streaming account for $23 a month, and if you subscribe to that and download that, you get unlimited access to anything they put up, and you can watch it as many times as you want. Anyway, so that's all we have time for this week on Balls and All. Hope you join us next time. Till then, I'm Callum Solly. See you around.